You got a head start, more head and more heart. More doors that turn forward, that urge growing to drop lower.
You know, this period is a period that definitely inspires me because I think about people who don't understand white privilege or don't understand why a vote for Donald Trump is a vote that allows racism to live in America. And I think there's a lot of hopelessness. Well, those people suck. They're never going to get it. But like, I was low key someone that like at least was internally homophobic, and I changed. Like I learned and I studied. You know, I think there's definitely this rhetoric of the progressive left, especially now post election, of like, well, fuck them, and I don't think that that's a solution. I think we have to do really, really, really hard work of reaching out. Really hard work of reaching out and understanding people who are afraid, right? That's what this is, right? We talk about xenophobia, homophobia, fears, right? People who are afraid, and we need to literally assuage. Can I use that word like that? Their fears. Yeah.
At least the sun ain't gon' lie to me, baby. She don't care. She got no distractions. She always takes action. She's always right there. Seems like the ones I let into me.
So what we're really talking about here with catching up on love is catching up on sex. We use the word love, but what we mean is sex. Right? I mean, I have a partner now who's a woman, who's one of my best friends, who knows where I am all the time, and she knows where I know where she is, and we're partners, but we're not having sex. So somehow, like, she's not my plus one. I can't bring her to the wedding because she's not my girlfriend. You know, I can't bring her to something because we're not fucking. People ask me, how's your love life? Well, my love life is great. Let me introduce you to all these people I love. So I started to fall back in terms of my development with traditional romantic partnership. And that's why I talk now about being 27 and catching up, because when we're starting from age 10 and 11 to teach our kids what traditional romantic partnership looks like and how important it is, and weddings and marriage, and, you know, this idea that, like, you guys are, you know, that kind of traditional romantic partnership, two people can come together and they can, you know, we idealize eventually that you're going to get married and the wife's going to wear the white dress and you're going to wear a tuxedo and all your friends and family will be there and you're going to spend $120,000 on your wedding. Like, we idealize this notion of family organizational structure, two people together, families. And it starts from the time we're little kids, teaching these kids about heterosexual traditional romantic partnerships. So then high school happens, same thing. Now people are really dating, people are having sex, you know, like, people are drinking and partying and smoking weed and doing whatever else, and sex is now a real thing in, you know, the way it is for high school kids. You know, I'm senior in high school, people are having sex, and I'm, again, just too busy and working hard and getting into Yale, right? So then I was at school, I got into, you know, this top tier university I had good grades, like I said, get to Yale, now there's gay people everywhere. Okay, now it's 2008, Yale University, you know, one of the most liberal, open, whatever, theoretically, fucking racist too, and fucked up, a lot of things. But it is great, and Yale has a lot of great programs and ideology and student movements that are working towards justice and an improved community, and there's work to be done. But the point is, for the first time in my life, I saw gay men who were not defined by their gayness, right? So they were openly gay, but they also were star athletes, or amazing musicians, or biologists, or chemists, or, you know, political leaders, or whatever. They were doing all this cool stuff, and their gayness did not define them. It didn't encompass them. But it wasn't that easy for me, because I was so entrenched and so enslaved in the ideology that I had bathed in for the first 18 years of my life, that it wasn't like I got to Yale and I was like, okay, I'm gay. And I remember talking to a really good friend of mine named Yael. Hey, Yael. the first or second day of school at some kind of orientation thing. She can tell the story better than I can, but I think I said something to her like, I'm not gay or straight, I just like people. And I think maybe more of those people have dicks. Which had to evolved a little bit from like the end of high school. I started talking a little bit with some close friends about like, oh, I'm bisexual, or I'm 10% gay, or now I'm 11% gay, I'm 15% gay. But I couldn't, even at school when I saw these out gay men, I could not identify as gay. I was so scared to take on that word. Why? Because I was still deeply internally homophobic, and I had internalized this self-loathing, self-hatred, this self-disappointment, worthlessness, not worthlessness, but worthlessness, that doesn't just go away when you're in a different space. It takes a lot of time. I'm still unpacking my self-loathing, like, as we speak, today. I probably will be my entire life, which is sad. At school, I saw all these gay guys, but a lot of, and I started having more exposure to gay culture, whatever that means. And I had this idea in my head from high school and from that prior to college experience where, to me, then being gay, if you were openly gay and out, you were like waving rainbow flags and you were covered in body glitter and purple and this and HIV and nasty and slutty and bodies and clubs and ew. I had so much negativity, and I associated gay culture and also gay sex with shame and with fear and anxiety, and as opposed to celebrating sex and really embracing the idea that sex is a beautiful, awesome, wonderful, uplifting part of healthy adult relationships, So I went through this period where I would see these guys. I remember one guy in particular whose name I'm not going to say. And he was like super out, and he's fucking awesome. Now when I think about it, he's fabulous, awesome. Like purple hair, he would kind of wear makeup, really pushing gender boundaries. Frankly, early on, someone that I secretly was probably admiring, and like, but at the beginning, I remember having conversations with, why does he have to dress like that? Why can't he just be gay but be a dude? Why can't he just be gay but like be a man? Why does he have to make a whole thing about his being gay? These were the questions I was asking. These are the questions of a self-loathing, homophobic, internalized fucking hater, internalized self-hater, for the first time experiencing gay communities and gay cultures. My sophomore year, I wrote this article for this gay magazine at Yale. And the article was the first time that I really came out and used the word gay. And it was called Gay or something. And it was specifically about not my sexual attraction to men, but my embracing of the word gay, which I had previously dismissed for all those reasons that I said, that I felt like gay was that, and that. And I finally then, I guess my sophomore year, sort of swallowed the idea that like, we do need labels and words. This is complicated, but we do need labels and words to unite, to make change, and also the questions I was asking about, oh, why can't you just be a man and dress like, why can't you just be gay but also still be a man? I started taking gender studies courses and sociology courses that like forced me to reckon with that question and say, why are you, Michael, enslaved to the idea of a man not looking like that or dressing like that or talking like that? And I pushed back on it, and I literally expanded my mind. And frankly, my own growth and my own acceptance of myself and others in that period is something that to this day gives me a lot of hope, because not only was I closeted, but I was closed-minded. And I opened my mind. And if I can open my mind, I think anyone can open their mind. That said, I had a lot of privilege. My access to these courses, my access to these discourses and rhetorics and the people that surrounded me was an enormous privilege. I had parents that could pay for me to go to this school. So like, it's hopeful, but it's also like, well, shit, Yeah, great job, Michael. You had a lot of hope fucking studying at Yale. You know what I mean? So I'm also self-critical of that. If you want traditional romantic love, it's okay. I feel like I work myself into these hiffy jiffies where I feel like I've talked myself out of it. I've talked myself into this idea that, like, well, fuck that. Fuck traditional romantic love. Like, it's a construct that the man just wants me to have and whatever. But, like, people are happy, like, having a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And if I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that I'm happy with, that's okay too. And that doesn't make me intellectually unsound, or that doesn't make me a hypocrite. And I can be in a traditional romantic relationship and still step out of it and know that it is a construct, and know that it is a show, and know that it is a thing, but still be okay with the happiness it brings me. How high can you go? How far can you see? How can I catch up? Will you wait for me?